Welcome to Hannity. Tonight we begin with Facts Without Fear. We are broadcasting live. We're on the ground in New York City, where the USNS Comfort, a 1,000-bed U.S. Naval hospital ship, is now docked. This is a floating city. It is massive. Now, normally stationed in Norfolk, Virginia, and manned by highly trained, highly skilled members of the U.S. Navy, the Comfort will begin receiving patients as early as tomorrow morning. Now, the ship will serve as a support system, housing non-coronavirus cases in order to free up beds of COVID-19 patients for New York hospitals. It is equipped with 12 operating rooms, 20 surgical recovery rooms, 80 intensive care beds, and 900 additional beds for other cases. Now, coming up, the captain of the USNS Comfort will take us inside this incredible ship, an amazing floating hospital. Now, of course, the enormous surge in patients at New York hospitals, the USNS Comfort is just one part of what is a massive support effort now underway all throughout New York and the country. At New York, the city called the Javits Center, the Army Corps of Engineers, they have now just completed the construction of a temporary hospital with nearly 3,000 beds, and they did it in record time. Multiply other temporary hospitals surrounding New York are now also being erected, 5 of them. And now Friday, the president approved 4 additional emergency hospital sites right inside New York City. Now, all told, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is prepping over 100 sites nationwide to be used as potential emergency hospitals, all in record time. We are truly blessed to live in a country with so many amazing people. This is all part of what is the largest, the single most aggressive, full-fledged response to beat back the silent enemy. Before, literally, we've never seen such mobilization of forces against any pandemic ever in history. And now the great American private sector, they are mobilized. Ford and GM are now planning the production of 50,000 ventilators. Well, that's coming up soon. General Motors will have 10,000 of those, we expect, by mid-April. And the California-based Virgin Orbit, they are now starting to mass-produce ventilators as well, should they be needed. MyPillow, Hanes, Jockey, Procter & Gamble, Raytheon, and so many major companies, all hands on deck, ramping up the mass production of masks and gloves and other vital medical supplies. And by the way, breaking today, after getting emergency approval from the FDA, Abbott Labs, this is huge. They have successfully created a test for COVID-19 that can get the American people results in around 5 minutes. And every state will now receive at least 15 of Abbott's testing machines, which can perform up to 50,000 tests per day. And we have more good news from the treatment point and the front there. We've been telling you about this anti-malaria drug used for lupus as well. Hydroxychloroquine has now been authorized for emergency use nationwide after promising results from several preliminary studies. Now, the pharmaceutical giant Novartis, which is described, one of those evil pharmaceutical corporations by many people on the left and in the media, well, they're stepping up too. They are donating 130 million doses of this drug for treatment. And meanwhile, Israeli pharmaceutical giant Teva has now supplied the United States with 6 million doses already, another 4 million reportedly on the way. Dr. Oz will weigh in, and get this, the phase 1 testing of a vaccine is already underway. This is a process that used to take years. They were able to break down the sequence of this virus in about 6 weeks. I want to be clear, make no mistake, everybody needs to buckle up. We are about to experience what will be a very hard, a very difficult, a very emotionally draining next couple of weeks. The numbers of infections, the numbers of deaths, they will continue to rise. But if the patterns we have seen elsewhere around the world hold, including China, South Korea, now we're beginning to see it in Italy and elsewhere, after that increase, we'll see a leveling off, and then we hope for the precipitous decline. Our healthcare system is facing a massive health challenge. We Americans, we are the United States, home of the brave. We're the land of the free, home of the brave. That's us. We're already rising to the occasion. Now, will everything be perfect? No, absolutely not. But the entire country, with the exception of the usual suspects in the media mob, and of course, do-nothing, psychotic, hate Trump Democrats, the rest of the country, it's all hands on deck. It's a tribute to the great citizenry in this country. And thanks to American ingenuity, hard work, determination, we will get through this. We will recover. We will be better. We will be stronger. We are rewriting the books on paradigms right before our eyes, a transformational time. And I guarantee you, we won't be calling travel bans xenophobic and fear-mongering and so on. It's an invisible enemy. We have to win. There's no option but to win.